Hello, everybody. Um, I just thought I'd stop by with a little still video today, standalone video. I don't know what you call them if it's not live. I don't want to be dead. But anyway, um, I was planning to do a live today. I did plan to do a live, but I didn't do the live. You know what? I'm looking at myself in the computer screen and my lips aren't talking. My lips aren't moving the way the talk is talking. That's weird. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that my hopefully I will do my video on my prompt card I pulled. Well, I didn't pull it. My son pulled it, and he pulled resin. And so, but I am going to work with resin. I have my resin. I've got it right here. See? Got my resin. And not sure what I'm going to do, but I think I know what I'm going to do with the resin. That's going to be tomorrow. But today, I just wanted to show you what I was doing today. Well, first of all, I was trying to make my area a little bit more accessible. I moved myself to the center of my table. I have a 6-foot table. And I was sitting over here on the end of it, but then I couldn't reach to this other end over here. And so I moved myself. I just moved my chair over a couple feet and moved some stuff that's under my table, so I have a place to put my knees. And I like this a lot better. I just really like this a lot better. And so, because now I have more space by sitting in the center of the table instead of over there at the other end. So anyhow, I had a suggestion. Now, yesterday I was working on my book, my last live stream. Okay, Papa, love you too. My last live stream, I was working on my journal cover, and I mentioned in the video that maybe I would that I was going to work more on my journal cover, and that I would sew through the cardboard with my needle. And then, but I had a suggestion and I love your all suggestions, usually because you guys are all smarter than me. I had a suggestion that I don't do that. Don't try to sew through the cardboard, because this is pretty. It's not chipboard. It's corrugated cardboard, so it's like pretty heavy. That's why I chose this box to be my cover. And so what was suggested to me is that I sew onto another piece of fabric. So like right here, I just a simple, put a little scrap here. It's a couple buttons. I shredded, or I frayed some fabric, which I found my music fabric. I was very happy. Yesterday I couldn't find, I knew I just had a little bit, but I knew I wanted that little bit of fabric on this journal somewhere. And I'm going to do a lot more to this cover, but like I may even dye some of this doily to get a little bit more rustic looking or something. I might do some spray dye, or just pounce it on a sponge. I might do something like that to it too. And so, but this is what I'm working on, my cover, and I just love my cover. I just love it so far, and I know it's going to do nothing but just get better. And so, like right here, I took this small piece of fabric. It looks like denim, but it's not. It's just cotton, but it's got that look of denim. But I love how it frayed. The edges frayed so pretty on there. And so that's going to go on there somewhere. Well, then I started on a larger small piece. This is a piece of it's a piece of upholstery fabric, but it's got a texture, or almost like it's embossed, and I like that fabric. And so I've just been playing. I just did a little bit of a stitch on there, just playing on it, and then I started couching, and and I like couching, but what I decided, as I was doing this little piece, I well, this piece might be too big to go on the journal cover itself, or maybe it'll go on the inside. It might go on the inside of the cover. But as I was doing the couching, I thought, I think I want to do, because one thing leads to another in my brain. So I want to continue couching on here, but as because first this line, I did a blanket stitch on the edge. I did a blanket stitch on the edge of the raw edge of this fabric. And then once I did the blanket stitch, then I took a piece of this and just pulled it through the blanket stitch. I have different ones of these. My friend sent me scraps of it, plus she sent me a couple of whole skeins of this. And I love it. Look at this one here, the colors, how they change. So this one's got a lot of colors. Well, that's what I put on. I first put that next one on and just couched it on with pink thread. Then I took another end of it, and because I'd space in between, and then I thought, well, I wonder if it looked like if I put that in between. Lately, I'm just so into just really wanting to do fabric manipulation, working with fibers, textiles, all of that. It's just gorgeous what you can come up. I've got a tub under my table here that is just full of different fibers, yarns, threads, and a lot of them are just tangled up like that. And I want to start really using this stuff in my textile art. And scraps of anything. Doing anything with scraps is what I really, really want to do. And I don't know if I'll take a piece of this fabric. Let me see, I got it's like a upholstery. I just cut a corner off. Well, there was a corner hanging, so I cut that corner off. But look how pretty this is. I guess this is the good side. But how pretty is that? And so I want to I don't know if I want to just take a larger piece of this side, but it's very easy to sew through, because if you have some upholstery, the thread count, is much less. So it's easy to sew through this stuff, hand stitching and slow stitching. But I just love the feel of this fabric. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'm going to start something like this on here, but I want to put it shape. And what I want to do almost, I think, is I want to have like maybe a line of water and then some trees, and like a landscape, I guess, like a landscape. That's what I think. And that's what I'm thinking right now. But see, because my mind just flies around like crazy. Like crazy. It just flies around. And so one thing leads to another. This here is some kind of a yarn. I don't know, but it is soft and pretty and lumpy and gorgeous. So I want to take a piece, and this here is a scrap of batting that you would put like in a quilt. In fact, I think this is that heat resistant batting. But look at this, how beautiful this scrap, if you were to take this and couch it on to something. In fact, I'm going to couch that one on right now. I was going to use this black, but I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to couch that on. Oh, okay, Papa, that's good. That's Papa. He just returned from the wild. So I'm going to take, I love this basket. Look at that. It was made by Diane. Diane, did you make this? Yes, I think it was Diane. You know what I need to do is I need to go back into my videos, and she's made these, 3 of them for my birthday. These baskets. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh. But anyway, let me put this over here, this over here. I want to use, what color should I use? I'll use blue. And I'll couch with the blue. But isn't that pretty? I got little clips on it and everything. That's beautiful. Okay, so anyway. See how my mind wanders. So I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna couch on that piece right there. Just because I want to see what it looks like. Oh, and I'm telling you, that idea we got, my thread, from Carmen, the idea to glue the end of your string. Just put a little glue, just a little spot of glue of your glue stick on the end, and then thread your needle. Oh my gosh. We're normally, especially if you're using all 6 strands of the embroidery floss, sometimes you get 5 strands through it and that 6th strand goes on the outside. Well, if you use a little glue stick on the end of that, that is like the best tip I ever got ever. And so anyway, so I love it when you guys do that, when you put in little tips of ideas that you have already found that work. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to couch this piece on. So I'm just getting my thread started and knotted, of course. Good grief, Elizabeth. You don't want to get your thread knotted already. See if I can unknot it before it's in that complete knot. Come on, come out of there, come on. There we go, good thread. Okay, now, so I get that thread in there first. Now I'll lay this across, and then I'll start couching it. With couching it, there you can use different stitches when you're couching. But all I do is kind of a whip stitch. I do the simplest thing known to man. Because I was raised in the caveman days. I'm that old. And so I do whatever is the simplest known to man. Okay, I want to do that first stitch. I'm going to double stitch it. Actually, I think I've double stitched all these. I don't know why, but I just did. Okay, and then I'll go down to make another stitch. But when you're couching, all you're doing is stitching that piece, whatever you're going to couch, on there. So if you have scraps of strips of fabric, scraps, yarn, anything like that, you can just couch it on there. You just, and so you don't, you can, but you don't have to stitch through the, look at that, why did that want a knot there? Well, if that isn't just, that just made a new knot right there. Well, you know what, that made a new knot right there, but you know what, that means that that was meant to be there. And so I'm going to come down here and put another stitch here. That'll hold that. And now you know what I'm going to do? Right there where that knot is, and it made that little thing, that little loop of loose thread. And I'm just going to take that and I'm going to tie it on there. And that's going to be part of the art of this piece. So there, see? That's what I did. I just tied it Just tied it right there. And now I'll just continue. Now I'll just continue on. You don't even have to cuss or nothing. You don't have to cuss or nothing. And so, but look how fuzzy that looks, how fun that looks. And I could have went down with, because this is going to be, now see that blue got kind of hidden in the fibers of the, okay, I'm going to go with a second little, I'm going to go around that twice. But see, when I started doing this, that's when I got to thinking, wonder what would happen if I made like a landscape, just a whole landscape that is just a whole bunch of couched fibers. Just any kind of couched fibers. I can use yarn, I can use fabric strips, I can, oh, you know what I can do even? I don't know. Look, this was, I twisted this. I want to put that in there too. Twisted rope. See how, I need to learn how to keep my mind on track. Keep my mind on track. But you know what I'm thinking? You know, it'd be fun. Like I said, landscape. But can you imagine if you were to, like maybe if you were going to do an owl and you just couch on two round eyes. Start with two round eyes. Most eyes are round. You know, round. Like an owl, and just couch on that. And then couch another color around. And then couch on the shape of his little ears. I didn't know owls had ears till the other day, but and then start doing his little body and his wings, and then couch on some little feet down here. You'd have an owl. At that moment, I was just talking to Janet Nash. She's the owl girl. She's the owl girl. Okay, see, now that's got a length still on there, so I could just turn that back up and then start going back this way, couching. But what I think I want to do now, let's see, what else is in here? In this little bunch of stuff. This is some kind of thread that just has like little lumps on it. Little lumps. Gosh, do we love this kind of stuff. I know y'all love it just as much as I do. So I'm going to put that, you know what I'll do? I'll just twist that around a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's good. What else is down here in this mess? I just reached down in here and pull. Oh, good night noise. Look, I got these here beads. These are just like iridescent beads, but these are the ones that are like fused together. So let me get a piece of that. Let me just get a piece of them beads. And I'm going to twist them around here too. Oh, could you imagine those beads and some blue? If I use this blue in the sky and the beads, twisted with the beads, it would make it look like stars in the sky. Oh my word. And then if I had some of this down on the, blended in with some green, it'd look like flowers in the grass. Oh, I'm getting excited. I want to get started on that. But not to worry. I'm going to do my, my, what did I call it? Resin. That's going to be in my live tomorrow. My resin. But I got an idea of not just normal resin work. I got an idea of what I'm going to do. And it's probably something others have already done, but I'm going to try it anyway. Or maybe nobody's done it and it'll be a total fail. I don't know about that either. But now, see, now I'm just couching on those little, what I just twisted them together, and I'm just couching them on. So it's it's some yarn, some kind of yarn, and a little bit of that, stuffing, whatever you call that stuff, batting, and them beads. Oh, wow. You probably can't even see what I'm doing, but nor can I, so. And if you can't half see what you're doing, well, then it's good, because then you come up with a real surprise in the end. Because you can't even see what you're doing. Look at that now. So I'm almost covered up that whole thing with just couching. And you see how this end is right there? I think I'm going to leave that end just right there, just like that. And not, like, finish it off. Not like, just like let that be the end. I will cut this little bit of beads off of there, though. Won't throw them away, because that can be used. See there? And that only went that far. But then it's got, like, just the little ends right there. So I'm going to leave them ends on there, because that's pretty. Just like this stuff here. See? Just leave it on there. Just leave that on there. And then I don't know what I'll do next. Well, let me just tie this off in the back. I'm going to tie this off in the back. And okay, so there. See, and all my little extra threads, just save them right there, because extra threads, just save them. Especially, you know, this kind of, well, I save all threads, but you can just wind them together like that and put them in here. Okay, so now if I take this, I got my thread of my sewing machine. Go over there, don't be in my way. Go behind the little resin sign. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'll make that about as long as this piece. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to take this. I'll double it. Okay, double. About that long. And I think what I'll do here now is I'm going to start it right here. Oh, I gotta get me some thread. What should I get? Let's see. Let's get some. I want something. I like all colorful and fancy schmancy. Oh, red. We want red. Let's put that out in there. And then my son just sent me a video to watch. He made another video, and he sent me, he hasn't started his channel yet, but he's just about ready to start his channel. I mean, he had started another channel, which was just sounds, like sounds of rain and nature and stuff, wind. But he said that just wasn't doing anything for him. And so he is now going to, I think it's called it Pen and Ink is going to be his channel. And he's made a few videos already, and he's let me look at them because I'm his cheerleader. But anyway, this one that I just watched today is amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved it. And because I love his, well, because I love him, and because he's my child, and he's good at what he does, and I want to keep encouraging him to continue, and he will continue, and he will start get his little channel going there soon. I'll let y'all know when he actually starts it up, because it's going to be good. But he said he wants to get a few videos made up first, and then he'll go ahead and start the channel. And it's rough when you first start a channel. I don't even know why I started mine. When I started mine, I really don't even know. I don't remember the beginning. It's been years ago. I put up a video, and then I just made up another one, and then I just made another one, and just made another one. I don't even know half what I'm doing with the computer. But anyway, okay, I'm going to go around this green square, or this green rectangle. I'm going to go around it with this fuzzy black. And I'm just going to couch it on there. And I won't put my couching stitches real close together, because I don't want to smash the fuzzy. Okay, so I think I'm putting my stitches about a ½ an inch apart on this one. This thread is a better thread here. This one is it says similar to DMC's 107, but it doesn't say what the brand of this one is. But DMC is like one of the best threads, but a lot of what I have is like the store brands of thread, and so it tends more to want to knot up a little bit. But I've got plenty of threads. I don't need any more. I'm going to use what I've got, and so, but some just is so smooth. And the DMC, I mean, if you all don't have thread and you're going to buy some, the DMC is a little bit more money, but it's kind of worth it apparently in the end, because it's a much smoother thread, I guess is what I'm saying, although I don't know if that's a good word, but it just stitches, it goes through the fabric so smoothly. And I think that might be one of the most popular brands, that people who do things, a lot of handwork, they use the DMC products. And so I can feel this one going through, and well, this is similar to DMC, it says, but it's, so I don't know what brand it is, because this is one that was a donation. I love my donations, my Happy Mail, oh my goodness. It's just like when I get a Happy Mail of supplies, it's just like, it's like, oh my gosh, what can I do now? What can I do with this? And it's fun. All of you are such wonderful, generous people. I've had people say, why don't you start a Patreon group, and then people will pay to see your videos, and then I think, and then I would have money to spend. And I said, no, I don't need to do that. I've had so many gifts of fabrics. Just what I would go buy is fabrics and fibers and stuff, but I've had these gifted, and it's like whenever a gift shows up, it's usually something that it's almost better than me shopping for myself, because I get things and I say, well, oh my goodness, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Something I have bought though for myself, and when I go to and where I find these is when I go to Stacey Evans Pink Poodle Crafting. Once a week she has a auction, and that's kind of her business. She does the shopping for us, and then she auctions these things off. And My goodness, the prices that you get things for. But one of the things she almost always has is, now this book I've taken apart. She has books of fabric samples. And these are up, and usually they're always upholstery samples. Well, I took the book apart. Look at this. I want to stitch around this butterfly. In fact, and this is kind of a linen too. So, I mean, you can see the threads in there. That's, I don't know if they tell you what the thread count is. This one's 70% cotton, 30% acrylic. Dry cleaning, suitable for, okay, it doesn't say. But anyway, a lot of these upholstery fabrics like this, you can get them. The upholstery fabrics are like, if you can get one of these sample books like this. Now sometimes what she gets is like all silks and things, and those work good for things too. But when you have like the upholstery fabrics, it's got the looser weave. Oh, sewing through it is wonderful. And like this, I wanna do this butterfly. I want to like do French knots on it. I want to go along the lines with maybe a, I can't remember the names of them stitches, but just, I want to do that butterfly. But, using these as backgrounds for for any kind of slow stitchings or whatever, like this here, it's already got that image in there. And then if you start stitching around this image, and you don't have to even have a plan of what you're going to do with it when you're done. You don't have to have no plan of what you're going to do with it when you're done. Remember that. And so it's just so much fun doing it. That's what is good. But look at that. Could you imagine going along all these white lines on this one with just different colors? Even if you just couch every one of them white lines. Just couch them all. Couching is a fun thing. Look at this, how pretty. Look at this. And I could take a piece of, like, even this, as busy and as colorful as this is, and just with black thread, just with black, go up here and make a plant. Just start doing some stitches up here and make like a, what do you call it? Like a dandelion. Like a dandelion when it's fixing the burst. When it's gone to seed, and do that with, but do it all with black thread, and then put maybe white French knots in it, but this with the background, oh, would that ever look like Southwestern or Aztec or something? So pretty. But this, no, that's on there. But there are so many, I mean, and she usually always has these books. And look at that, with that bird on there. And so using that bird there, and then start putting different things all on this open space. There's just so much you can do with that. So much. Look at this. Look at that piece. So much. And I'm only saying Stacy, she don't pay me to advertise for her, but but Pink Poodle Crafts, usually it's every Sunday night she does an auction. And, but she does the auctions, but then she spends hours on her her videos. She does live stream videos where she just works and works and works. She's got a friend, Jane, that goes with her. So a lot of times it's like the split screen, and so you see Jane on one side and Stacy on the other, and they just craft, and you learn so much. And, and like this book, I took it apart. It's got big old humongous staples that held it together. Now it's kind of still held together with just glue, but I can pull it apart, and take off the page that I need. But this is where I get so much. Now, these I will purchase. Now, I've got enough now, though, that I don't need to be purchasing anymore for a while because I've got plenty to keep me busy. And so, okay, now back to what I'm doing. And so I'm just mentioning Stacy because she just has, you know, what we need. And sometimes I don't have any money to spend, but I'll watch her auctions anyway and just see what she has. And just watching them, I get ideas. So, yeah, she's awesome. Okay, now, see there, I just went around with the couching. I went around that little piece that I had in there, and then I just went down here to the bottom. And I think I'll stop with that black there, and then I'll just nip that off right there and put that back in my stack because that will work for some more and another project. And so I'm just going to tie that off now. And if you can create a piece of art with just scraps of this and scraps of that and scraps of whatever, that is the best art. I mean, you can go buy a paint by number and paint that just exactly how they explain it to you. And you can do that, and that's okay. You can do that if you want to do that. Just a minute, I get me a little drink. But you probably have things around your house. You may have to buy a needle and a spool of thread. I mean, you just don't even have to have all of these different colors. You don't have to have all those different colors and things. But they pretty. That's pretty just to look at. But yeah, these just pretty to look at. So, let me get my gloves. Now see, maybe I would want to take, maybe I'll take this, this is a twisted rope where I just took 2 pieces of fabric, strips of fabric. I take 2 strips, and then I just twist them. I twist them, make a rope. Make it, you can make it as long as a rope. So I'm going to just put this on the edge. And so that'll really be nice on the edge. It'll go easy on the edge because then I just go around with kind of like a whip stitch. You could do a blanket stitch if you wanted to. But just stitch it. And it doesn't even have to be a named stitch. You just put the needle in the fabric, pull it out of the fabric, and you are a slow stitching guru. Just put it in the fabric and pull it back out the fabric. And go down a little bit further down there, and we just keep going till that whole piece is stuck on there. Till that whole piece is stuck on there. Just couch it on. And I think couching is probably, for me, the most fun. And it's an embroidery thing. Couching is like an embroidery thing, I guess. I don't know. But see there? And I don't even have my stitches spaced perfectly. I don't want them to be spaced perfectly. My name's Scrappin' Lizzie. Everything's scrappy. Everything in my life is scrappy. Except my hubster. He's the best in the West. He's so cute today. He come out of the bathroom and he come in here and gave me a big old smile. And he had trimmed his moustache. And I said, oh my gosh, you look like Colonel Sanders. You look just like Colonel Sanders. So cute. He's going to be 77 years old in just a few days. On the 20th, he's going to be 77. Okay. Oh, I hope I'm not getting my mouth too close to that microphone on that camera. Because I noticed if I get my mouth too close, then I get like crackly. Or maybe it's just my old age got me crackly. I don't know. And so, but I don't mind being old. I decided I really like being old. I was telling my doctor the other day. I said, you just don't understand old people. You just need to understand old people. Yeah, I gotta take. Yeah, my doctor's office. They kind of tell me stuff. They get pretty bossy over there. Gotta take an extra half a pill tonight and go get my blood work done again in a week. Because that's what they said. That's what they say to have to do. And so, I'll do it. When you're on like that Coumadin stuff, you know, blood thinners, they get all like cranky at you, and they want you to do stuff right. They just want you to do stuff, too much stuff. They want you to do too much stuff. So anyway, I didn't want to say that. Why did I say that even? Why did I even say that? But anyway, yeah, I'll take an extra pill tonight, or half a pill. See, usually I take 4 milligrams of warfarin on Tuesdays. So I have to take 6 milligrams tonight instead. And then go back to my normal dose, which is so silly. Tuesdays is 4 milligrams. Wednesday is 3 milligrams. Thursdays is 4 milligrams. Friday is 6 milligrams. Saturday is 3 milligrams. It changes it, and so then you have to go get your blood work done every month. And I've been doing this for 10 years. Ever since I had my pulmonary embolism things. And so I was in all sorts of trouble over there at the doctor's office the other day. He goes, when is the last time you've been in here for your PTINR? I said, I think it was like last week. He goes, it was November. I said, really? I said, really? November? I thought I was here last week. He goes, you know you weren't here last week. We've been seeing this doctor for like 7 years. We love him. We would adopt. He said he wants us to be his grandparents, me and Papa, because he thinks we're just a hoot. But that's what he said, though. He wants us to be his grandparents, and so I would, because I just love him. Just love him. He's so awesome. Although he's a pain in my butt. I told him. I said, you know, you're a pain in my. He goes, it's my job. My job to be pain in your whatever. And so, yeah, that's what I am. It's okay. I don't mind. I don't charge any extra. Oh, maybe I'll put that purple one down there. No, I won't. Yeah, well, no, I won't. I'll put this white one here and put this butterfly on top of it. See that? Make my little art thing. So, I'm going to put these back in here. There we go. Okay, so, yeah. So, and I do want to live. He goes, if you don't want to live, then fine. Just do whatever you want to do. But you keep talking about them grandchildren, so I do think you want to live. I said, yeah, I want to live. I want to live. Yes. Oh, I got to make sure that, needle goes through this hole. I think it will, though. Yeah, it will. Okay. So I'm going to put this butterfly button, on top of this white button, and then put them through here, right there. And so, and then I'll come back up through the white button. Come on. Go in the hole. Okay. Why you not be going in the hole? There. Now it's in the hole. And then put the white yellow button, the butterfly button. Oh goodness, excuse my silly nose. Now, I know I used to Yell at my children, don't sniffle like that, go below your nose. Now I'm the sniffer. Okay, and then I'll just tie that button on there. Just tying it on there. You can't see what I'm doing because of my big old hefty hands. My hefty hands. There we go. So I'll just tie that button on there with it tied onto the outside. And then I'll snip that off of there like this. Okay, I better put my needle in the right there. Now look at that little piece. That's a pure art sculpture. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. See, so I still have some of the fabric showing here. You know what I'll probably do is I'll probably go and do... I need to hang up the phone. It's been 45 minutes. Wait a minute. I want to try something, though. Wait a minute. Let's use this pink. Shocking pink. Look at there. I got that. No, I don't have no room for that. Well, I could have put that behind that button. That would have been cool as a cucumber. Okay. Well, I didn't. Well, I just didn't. That's right. I just didn't. Now, I'm going to put that back over there. Put this over here. Put that over there. And then put that over here. Go back over there. Okay. So, yeah, I think I'm going to like being in the middle of my table instead of over there on the end. And then Friday I should have my room divider thing. It's my screen thing. I'm going to love having my screen because then behind me, or like right now you won't see it when I'm sitting in this direction, but when I use not this camera that I'm using comes over me, but sometimes I use the camera that's right on the computer and it's like right in front of me so you can see my big old face. I mean, you see my big old face here too, but sometimes I just do it the other way. Then that way, in the behind of me, you'll see my screen, and my glue wants to stick to my finger, because I'll be able to display things because this room divider thing that I'm getting, I mean the screen thing, glue works if you don't put too much on it and want to just glue to your finger. Okay. But it's like a cork board. Like a bulletin board. So I will be able to display some of my beautiful things. Now I am going to double, this is all 6 strands of embroidery floss, and then I'm doubling it so it's actually going to be 12 strands because I want to just make, see, I could do like a seed, I like to do use seed stitch or the French knots, you know. So I could just go up here and just haphazard, just wherever the heck, and I can just make, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the seed stitches. Let me just do some seed stitches. Which a seed stitch, all you do is make stitches. And kind of make them all about the same length, but in different directions. Same length, but in different directions. And just have them here and there and everywhere. And so then I can go with these seed stitches. And if you're just doing a small little project like this, before long you have it finished. But then you can take this small little project and you could have a huge thing, like you might have a huge, some kind of a thing hanging, like a wall hanging or something, that all is on it is your small art. All your small art pieces that you just slow stitch them right to it. Like you can have the size of a pillowcase, you know, about that size, you know, and or like you could even use a kitchen towel, like a little hand towel, and let that be your backing. And then just start adding, you know, every time you make a small little art, a small little textile art, then you can, once you get it finished, poke that up on your towel. And pretty soon you'll run out of space on your towel. You have to start another one because it'll be finished. And then you can just hang it up. Hang it up on the wall. People will look at that when they come to visit you, and they'll think you went to a great art store and bought it. See there? Now, by just doing those little seed stitches in here, that's pretty. And I'll just do seed stitches till I run out of thread. If I can grab that. My thumb isn't allowing me to. I gotta go and put some Bengay on my hands again. I use Bengay a lot. Well, it's not really Bengay, it's aspartame, but I just call them all Bengay. There, see, now I've used all my threads, so I'll just cut it off the needle. And look at that. And so if I have this, if I were to have this on, like if I was going to use this, and if I put this one right here, and then if I stitch this one right here, and then I could get the whole thing covered up, not covered, but just every one of them, I could have 5 or 6 different small arts and put it on this piece here. And would I have a beautiful, 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 beautiful wall hanging. Something like you would not ever dream that you could do yourself. Because I can't hardly do nothing. But I take all them hardly do nothings. Like I said the other day, I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. That's me. Because I don't do anything perfectly. I do everything half perfect. Or quarter perfect. Because I'm half finished. You know, my father was completely finished. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he was like, his heritage is in Finland. So he was like 100% finished. So then because my mother wasn't finished, then I'm only half finished. And so I only half finished because it's in my heritage. It's in my genes that I'm only half finished. And so I have a whole bunch of half finished projects around here because it's in my heritage. And so I can't expect to finish anything because I'm only half finished in my blood, my DNA, only half finished. And then the other parts of me is Norwegian and Polish. So because of the Polish part, well, you know about Polish. And so that's where I do things backwards. So half finished and quarter Polish. And the only normal part of me is the Norwegian part. I'm 1/4 Norwegian. And so I know a lot of people, pretty cool people that's from over there in Norway. So I'm part like what's their name? Carlos and Arnie. Or Arnie and Carlos. I don't know which one comes first. So I might be indirectly somehow related to them, and they are awesome. So maybe I've got their awesomeness because oh God, am I losing my mind? Now, okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because I go sit out there with Papa. I like to go sit with it. I'm looking for my cards. Oh, here they are on my trolley. They're on my trolley. What did I do with the lid to this? I don't even know what I did to the lid to this. I'll find it. But I'm going to read us a postcard from Spirit. They're always sending us mail. They don't send us female. They just send us mail. But anyhow, we got a postcard in the mail today from Spirit. Right here it is. See, there's a bird on there. See, it flew in on that bird. And it says take flight. Do they all say something different on them? Oh, they're all different. You going for a walk, Baba? I love you. Okay, be careful. Oh, and then this one, I didn't realize that on the front. And there, the stamp even says from heaven. Oh, all the stamps say from heaven. Well, I'll be doggone jiggered. Yeah. Okay, so this comes from heaven. It says take flight. Okay, now I'll read it. Dear you. Pay attention. Okay. There is always one... Oh, wait a minute. I gotta get a bookmark. There is always more than one way. Wait a minute. Let's start over again. If you're new here, thanks for coming. And understand that I'm not in my right mind. You got that. Old and senile. Okay. Little dementia. Yeah. But it's all good. Okay. There is always more than one side to an argument. Two sides, if not more, to every story. And hundreds of ways to be right, be different, be at odds, and so on. Today we suggest that instead of looking for differences, you find a meeting place of agreement and approach this experience with understanding and compassion. Seek common ground to understand how another person thinks or how an alternate plan might be laid. Stay out of judgment too. Observe, discern, but accept that others have different stories, experiences, and journeys, and some people might refuse to remain open to another's point of view. No matter what, you've been presented with great opportunity to explore a new way of doing things once common ground is reached. You're attracting people and situations that enrich your life and bring you wonderful things to learn. We love you so much. That is the message from our ancestors today. And this is really good. This is very, very good. And I'm glad that I read that today because this is, yeah. There is some people right now that not people, there's people right now that are some of my friends online, and they're not agreeing on something, and it kind of makes some sadness because they're not agreeing on stuff. You don't have to agree. You just don't have to agree. We accept the differences, and they're all okay. They're all okay. Those differences are okay. And don't get yourself upset. Just don't get yourself upset. Accept the differences. It's all good. We're all different. Gosh, if people were to judge me about all my differences. Ooh, doggy say throw me in trash can, bin, whatever. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're done with that. But anyway, that was a good message from our ancestors. But I like how this turned out. I might want to stitch something right on the bottom of that. I don't know. See, at the top of it, it's already kind of fright. Even the back looks pretty cool. Yeah. But that might be a neat idea, is just to use one of these pieces and just start putting all the pieces right there. I can then put another one here and another one here. If I make one about this big and put it here and put another one about this big and put it right here. What do you think? Okay, anyway, I just got to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Bring you back safe and sound and healthy and happy and all those good things. Humble. All those wonderful things to the next video. And we'll have some fun. I don't know. I may not know what I'm doing or talking about. I got to get to painting on my rocks. I made some rocks out of concrete and then I painted them black. And I've got different size. And I'm going to do dot painting on them. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to do it. So, but I think I'm going to have my young child come and do some with me. But anyhow, okay, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you safe and keep you happy, keep you humble, and keep you healthy, and keep you well-fed. That's the best part, is the well-fed. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless you, and thank you for spending this last silly hour with me. And where's my mouse? Actually, it's only 59 minutes and 23 seconds, 24, 20, so it's not been a whole hour. Okay, God bless you all.